first time it happened, we did drag anchor. Here we go again. Let's try to re-anchor again. Third try didn't work. It's not holding. Oh, once again, it didn't hold. Let's go for the fourth or fifth time. I don't know.
Third time.
Third?
Fourth?
Fifth. I can't do this anymore.
Sailing life, they say. Paradise. Just, you know, sunny skies and palm trees and white sand beaches. That's not the reality.
I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And after 2 years bringing this sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life, it's finally time to start exploring.
So don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Sunday for a new episode.
This was actually the first time we dragged anchors since we moved aboard Odd. I'm glad you were in the boat. Maybe our chain is on their rudder. They're giving more chain, so we need to be careful with the other ones. Well, as many people say, there are three kinds of people. Those who have dragged anchor, those who will drag anchor eventually, and those who lie about that. I guess we can call ourselves lucky. Even though we crashed into a boat, there was no damage, and by chance they were really kind subscribers and were really helpful. So we just want to publicly say sorry and thank you to them. I'm so glad the neighbors were on their boat and they're being so helpful. We are not the only ones dragging. The wind has shifted. Other neighbors are moving.
So now we're just driving around trying to find a better place to anchor. Here the holding is not good. It's shallow, it's good because it's not too deep, but at the same time it doesn't hold well. We knew that when we anchored yesterday, but there was not much choice, and now, I mean, sometimes happens. And now Roberta's just trying to clean the anchor because there's a lot of grass on the anchor. We are gonna maybe anchor just here in the middle of the bay, I guess, or we can go to the other side and just anchor all the way there, like, you know. Yeah, I think it's a better idea. Less boats. And today the wind didn't arrive yet. The strong wind is gonna be later, not yet. How's it?
Good.
Clean?
Good to go.
You just go point in between these boats and go slowly that way.
We changed location, didn't hold. We're gonna need to re-anchor again. Poor Duca. I wish we had an electrical windlass in times like this. Third try didn't work. It's not holding. It seems that we finally could anchor. Duca is putting the bridle now. Duca is gonna dive to check the anchor because it seems that because we always put 1,000, 1,500 and then 2,000 RPMs, and when I put 1,500 it seems that it dragged again. So Duca is gonna dive to check the anchor.
I think it's not gonna hold. It's like a pile of mud on the top of the anchor, and the anchor is not down on the ground.
Oh, once again, it didn't hold. Let's go for the fourth or fifth time, I don't know.
And second bad news, we lost our propeller node.
Oh, here we go again. Let's try to re-anchor again.
Third time.
Third?
Fourth?
Five.
So we're doing an experiment now. Instead of backing up, reverse on the engine, on the anchor, as the wind's really strong, we just let it go the anchor slowly, and let's see if it's gonna go deeper on the ground. If we just don't reverse too strong, I'm gonna dive to see how's the situation. If it's just laying on the ground, then we're gonna reverse and check again. But I mean, we tried I think 5 times to anchor already, and it's just not holding at all. So you know, we need to try. So.
And there are so many jellyfishes in this area.
It's a little bit weird. You swim, you see like this big jellyfish swimming around, not good.
Here we go. I'm really proud of Duca on these situations because he never gave up. He's always like doing his best for the family, for the boat. And I'm here on the cockpit just waiting. I wish we could have a really good meal after all this trouble because we're really tired, but we just have tuna and chicken, like stewed chicken and meat. Not many options. I think we have bacon. We can have carbonara pasta. We came to this anchorage here in São Marta to meet friends, but we cannot leave the boat as we have the risk of dragging again. So now we are really far away from our friends because it's the place we found to anchor and to be a little bit protected from the wind. And I think now we are okay, but far away from our friends. And it's hard to leave the boat after dragging, and I think we need to spend our time editing and in the boat to make sure we are not gonna drag again.
You have no idea the amount of jellyfish. The grass on the bottom are just jellyfish upside down the whole bottom of the water. The anchor is in a right position, like the handle, like the end of the anchor is holding down, but it doesn't go too deep under the ground. But it's there. The only thing is I'm not sure if it's really strong. I think anywhere is around. I think it's the best we can get around here. It's just like the bottom is not that good, and we need to keep an eye for now and then dive again and see if we change it, because when we put the anchor it dragged like this much and then stop it. But again, we didn't reverse strong.
Are we gonna do that?
I'm not sure. We might reverse a little bit just to see, and then I dive again.
So what we are doing now, Duke is gonna dive on the anchor and he's gonna make signs for me, and I'm gonna put forward and I'm gonna put on reverse, and he's gonna check if the anchor is gonna be good. Hope it's all good. I can't I can't do this anymore.
Not sure what to do. If you reverse, it drags and creates a pile of grass on the top of the... So how many knots of wind do we have now?
18.
18. Yeah, because like I think next night it's gonna be up to 25, maybe 30, I guess, gusts.
There are 25 sometimes.
There are?
Yeah.
So if that's the wind, I think it's gonna hold, but I don't know, let me think, let's assess, and then let me give you a conclusion.
While we wait the food to marinate, I want to welcome to our Patreon family Doug and Maggie from Distant Shores 2, and Abby and Pop-Up Steve. Thanks so much for the PayPal donation. So now let's see how this food's gonna go. Time to see how the cannery stall looks like.
Don't tell them. You know, they're not looking, it's fine. They have a lot of food. The boat is so big. We're talking about our friend's boat. It's just so big that we have so much food that they're not gonna even realize. But for us, it's gonna make a difference. Thank you guys, we appreciate it.
We are running out of food, different food, because we have tuna, chicken, and a sort of meat, but we don't have the complements.
Yeah, the truth is, we are not running out of food. We are running out of variety of food. We have like 3 kinds of things, and we have a lot of those. So we're like, no, we're not gonna buy anything else before we finish our stock. So we have tuna, chicken, and
told them already.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tuna and chicken. That's all. It's gonna be good.
So the idea is to cook this in the oven with...
Oh, in the oven?
No?
Oh, no, good. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Gratinated. The curry chicken we prepared yesterday. So that's the plan for today. Never done this before.
Looks good to me.
It's not the most beautiful dish, but I think it's gonna be good. Now we wait. That's good.
It smells amazing, not good. It smells like good curry, like red curry. I love red curry.
And cheese.
Thanks so much. Comfy food. For not so comfy day. Yeah, so we've been just doing like anchor watch because even though the wind is not that strong right now, it's like 17 knots, we're moving a lot. As you can tell, at least always on the same area. That means it's not dragging anchor. And this bottom is just not good. We tried to anchor like 3, 4, 5 times, I'm not sure. And I dove on the anchor and the anchor is not as it's supposed to be. So, you know, even though it's holding, we don't want to leave the boat. We just want to keep an eye on. And that's gonna take like 3 days.
As it took like 2 hours to anchor again, I'm feeling my body. It seems like I went to the gym. I'm pretty tired actually.
And I don't really want to do it again. At least here we have a lot of space, so we have enough time if we drag, because we are always on the ice, looking to the iPhone to see, you know, the navionics, the navigating, and we also left the chart plotter on for like since yesterday. So it's if you have any doubt, you just come up here and check, because this is, you know, we know it's working well. And navionics inside the boat, the GPS signal is not the best because of the metal boat. So this is more guarantee. We just like editing videos, cooking food, trying to watch something on YouTube because the internet's so bad here. But you know, that's life, because they say that go live in a boat is just sunshines and nice beaches and palm trees, and that's not the reality, but it's so good. We like it anyways. You know, there's these little things, but we do like it. We enjoy, don't we?
Yes, at least we are together.
See you later. Ready?
I think so. After a good food, we have bad news. Of course, we need to re-anchor again. As you can tell by the chart plotter, we already dragged anchor
Twice.
3 times actually.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the thing is, this ground is soft on the top, but it's a small layer of soft and some grass, and once it drags a little bit, creates a pile of material on the top of the anchor, and that means when you drag, the anchor won't go down anymore. It's just like, you know, create a bigger and bigger pile, and that means we need to clean the anchor in order for the anchor to go down again. So I think the only way to do that is by re-anchor. Let's take the advantage of the daylight, because tonight, if we drag again, it's worse to re-anchor at night. So let's do it now. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Here we go again.
That's it. When as I'm here, I think as I'm wide right, like put the new node in place. Yep. Just lost our node this week. I mean, it was really bad already. It was time to change, but we didn't change and it fell off. So I'm gonna show you without the node and with the node later.
So after, I think, 3 days in the same spot, we are moving close to our friends because we want to enjoy this place a little bit.
Yeah, we've been doing anchor watch for literally 3 days because the holding here, I dove on the anchor many times and it's like, I know it's gonna hold, but if there's a bigger gust, it's not gonna hold because whenever we reverse strong enough, I could see the anchor just like, piling things on the top. I'm like, no, let's play safe. It's not time to risk. So, we spent 2 days editing and doing anchor watch, but now this guy is making us move, so I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you don't know Kiki, you should know him because he has been on our channel for a while.
Yeah, he's a really, really good friend. I mean, like, he's one of the kindest person I have ever met, and as he's way too nice, we told him, Kiki, more people need to know you because it's not fair for just us to enjoy you. More people need to enjoy you, so we convinced him to start his own YouTube channel. But it's a little bit more than that. We have a little competition going on. There's always a competition and a challenge when it comes to Duca, Yeah, so us and Taylor, Kik's fiance, we have a competition going on that is who brings Kik's more subscribers. Who brings more subscribers to Kik's channel is gonna get a prize. And if we win the competition, bringing Kik more subscribers, you are gonna love the prize because it's gonna be really awesome. We cannot talk about that yet because it involves a new project that we have, a massive project.
Patrons know.
Yeah, patrons know for a long time already. But we have a massive project coming on, and Kiki is gonna spend a week at least with us helping on the new project, and that's gonna be awesome because that's gonna help our project so much, and it's gonna be awesome to watch. So that means, how do you enter the competition?
So to enter the competition, you need to subscribe to Kiki's channel, this one, Cricket's Creation, and tell on the comments that you came here because of us, Oddlife Crafting.
We went there. Yeah, there.
His channel because of Oddlife Crafting. So subscribe and tell I came here because of Duca and Roberta or Artlife Crafting, and
yeah, you're gonna love his channel. Like, if you come from our channel that is it used to be at least a big DIY channel, Kik is just really inventive and he's gonna just fix engines. He's gonna do a lot of crazy things because he's just too smart and too kind and too cool. So
it's funny.
Yeah, just go follow Kik. I mean, like, literally, I would not do that if it wasn't something that I really believe, and Kiki deserves to have a good channel because he's just way too nice.
Yeah, so enjoy the rest of the video that Kik's gonna be there.
And see you when we win the competition. If something happens, it's his fault. He's not happy.
Sorry. No, we're not there yet.
Mark? I love teamwork.
We need to get in a better spot.
Look, we are in France, but we are almost in Netherlands. This is so weird.
Welcome to Europe. Welcome to Europe.
Netherlands. And then France.
I don't know, too many boats around. You must have someone's, food around.
You see.
Food.
That's a nice way to put it.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I hate this bottom. It's just the anchor, when it puts a little bit of pressure on the anchor, instead of going down the ground, it piles something on the top. And just let's move again.
So we are back to where we were on the first time when we did drag anchor, and now Duke is checking the anchor. In the future, people are gonna ask, so what did you do in St. Martin? And we are gonna say we anchored, and we anchored, and we anchored again. Like 5 times, 6 times, I lost count already.
Finally! Yeah, that was the last time we re-anchor in St. Martin after I don't know how many times. We just lost count. We move way too many times in different spots trying to, you know, get a good setting on the anchor. And I'm amazed because the bottom is just so bad. I guess no one knows because people don't dive there because the water is too dirt. The other thing is the amount of things you can find on the bottom. There's so many trash from hurricane damage. So you can find, I don't know, batteries, oven, stove, you name it, like everything you can imagine. And the anchor this time by chance ended up next to a old mooring, and it actually helped to hold the anchor in place. And we're like, no, that's the best we can get. We're just gonna leave because enough is enough. We need to leave the boat. We need to do something. It's been way too long just sitting around and looking around.
We are finally leaving this boat. Join us next week when we finally get courage to leave the boat and explore St. Martin.